In the last month, I've consistently gone viral on LinkedIn, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did this. And if you're a coach, consultant, business owner, or a founder with a high ticket offer, this strategy works for you as well. So as you can see in the screenshot here, in the last 30 days, I've garnered over 1.7 million views organically on LinkedIn. So I didn't spend $1 on paid advertisement, all through organic content. So as you can see here, the peaks are pretty steep. Like on August 11, we had 170 or 157K impressions. And quite recently, we had a peak of 111 and 130. But like the baseline is around like 30 to 77K impressions. So this strategy works even if you have a small, very small audience. So besides getting these impressions, besides getting this attention, what we're seeing in our CRM system, that per day would generate hundreds, if not thousands of leads into our CRM systems. So the strategy that I'm about to show you is not just great for getting attention on LinkedIn, like getting the impressions, getting the exposure, but as you can see, at the same time, I'm generating massive amounts of leads every single day. And like in total, like it's thousands of leads in our system every single week. And not just that, because within the first month of running this strategy, we've already booked 60 calls. And again, this is without spending $1 on paid advertisement. So if you're currently spending a lot of money to book calls on your calendar, know that the strategy that I'm about to reveal to you is absolutely free. So let's dive into it. What am I talking about here? So if I go to my LinkedIn content here, specifically from like the last 28 days, we can see here that this one specific post had 283K impressions, 157, 135, 104, 85, 75. So as you can see, all these posts rack up an enormous amount of eyeballs. Like this is 283K people. Imagine that's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 football stadiums full of people. And not just that, because here you can see that this post has 5,472 comments, 2,189, 2,282, and I can go on and on. As you can see here, it's all super, super high. And for a post like this to be considered viral, you have to hit like more than 1,000 comments. So as you can see, the list goes on and on, which to me, or which shows that it's not luck, right? I'm doing this over and over again. In fact, in the last 32 days, the last 32 days, I've gone viral 17 times, which means that it's like more than 50% of the post goes absolutely viral. To me, shows like, again, it's a strategy and it's not just luck. So let's unpack the first one. So what am I doing with these types of posts? Well, I'm giving away resources that I know my audience would love to have. And the only thing they need to do is they need to comment. So what happens? An enormous amount of people raise their hand saying, hey, I would love to receive this resource. And as people do that, the algorithm picks up, because I'm getting this enormous amount of comments, of leads, because people raising their hands, and more on that in a second. But the algorithm pushes this to more people and more people and more people and more people and more people. And as you can see, this post is like 3 weeks old. It has reached 283,000 people, which is absolutely bonkers. People all across the world. And this is just one of those posts, right? So I'm talking about here, like the LinkedIn GPT playbook, over 10,000 words. You can have it for free. Comment book below and I send it to you. This is the exact system we use to blah, 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 right? So I'm building some authority. I'm sharing why this playbook is not just anything that people can find online. There's a nice visual here with my brand colors. If you've been following me on LinkedIn, you know that the purple is my branding. Like, people often struggle with pronouncing my surname, Van Breugel, but they always know that if they follow the purple, they'll get to me. But let's find a different one, because now you can see, okay, here we have the visual from the book. Here's a different one. This is one of my favorite ones. We posted this like 2 days ago. GPT-5 is the best copywriter I ever hired. It generated me over $300,000 in pipeline in the last 4 weeks. Insane, right? So I talk about this, and then I talk here about like the viral hook writer, the $3,000 a month AI copywriter. And here I'm like, yo guys, if you want this exact system, comment GPT-5 and I will DM you the full system. And as you can see here, people reply, I get back to them, I send the DM, and as I'm sending the DM, what I'm doing, I send them an opt-in, and that captures their email. So yes, I get the engagement and I get the conversation on LinkedIn, but at the same time, and that's what I showed you guys here, I'm capturing an email. So I'm capturing all these leads into my system. So it's not just LinkedIn, but at the same time, I'm rapidly growing my email list. So this approach is like, it's like a double-edged sword, right? I'm growing my audience, or like there is actually usually even more multiple assets to it. Like I'm growing my audience, I'm getting this traffic, I'm getting this engagement, and at the same time, I'm garnering all this like lead like emails into my lead capturing system. As you can see, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. By the way, if you're watching this video and you replied to one of the posts, but you haven't got any comment or like a reply yet from me, be patient because I'm still we're still picking that up, because as you can imagine, we have an insane backlog of comments to pick up. And as you can see, there is a bunch of different visuals. Like I said, it's not just like do this one thing over and over again. It's like we have to find different visuals, different hooks, different types of lead magnets, and all these things work together. However, if you want to get started with this specific strategy, what I will do in the description, you will find a link to one of the lead magnets. It's a custom GPT you can use to get started with your first lead magnet. So make sure to hit the link in the description, and then you can get started with that as well. So let's get back to the video. So one of the lead magnets here is this was 3 weeks ago, GPT-5 just was released. So I'm like, okay, I can use that angle to post content, right? So 24 hours ago, GPT-5 was released. I built a 5-figure copywriter with it, still this. So I talk about one of the AI systems we built. There is a nice little visual here, and boom, 104K impressions, 2,421 comments. Thus, all these leads again into my system. So as you can see, many examples. Here's a book bundle. Here's a nice one. So instead of sometimes a visual or it's like a design, here is a very nice picture of my work setup back in Medellin. As you can see, I talk about LinkedIn copywriter here because I know that a lot of people, perhaps it's you watching that, you pay $3,000 perhaps per month for a lead gen agency, but you're not really getting a result of it. You're not the only one, because I speak to a lot of founders and they have this problem. What I'm doing here, I'm giving you access to the system for free. Again, comment 3,000 and I sent you the link. Here I talk a little bit about why this is a problem. Well, how do I know? I've run a successful 6-figure ghostwriting agency before, and I do speak to a lot of founders who have been burnt. So in this post, I'm sharing value. I'm sharing a resource that I know my target audience would benefit from. Why? Because I'm in a space for quite a few years. Plus, I've helped hundreds of people with this. I've spoken to thousands of people with this. I have a big audience. I have like 66K followers. And as you can see, on average, my posts reach more than 500K people, 500K people per week. So as you can see, I have quite some data on this. And again, 1,654 comments. So of course, I can share you a few more examples. There's a book here. I talk about DM templates. Here I talk about 1,000 marketing prompts. Here I talk about how I grew to 60,000 followers on LinkedIn with an idea generator, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Here I talk about how I fully systemized or automized a sales flow with GPT-5. And as you can see, it's not luck. It's following a specific system. So if you're interested in learning more about this system, what I will do is, well, in the description, I will put a link to a different video that explains a little bit more about how I help our clients turn their LinkedIn into their #1 client acquisition channel. Go watch that video. It's free, obviously. And if that sounds like something you need any help with, make sure to book a call right there. But like I said in the beginning of this video, guys, I'm getting a lot of traffic. I'm getting the leads. I'm booking the calls. We're closing the clients. We made multiple 5 figures on the back of this 30 days already. And at the same time, I'm massively growing my audience, right? So as you can see here, in the last 30 days, my audience has grown over 26.2%. So where most people say that, okay, LinkedIn reach is down, the algorithm is that, it's very hard to grow an account, etc. I'm just adding hundreds, if not thousands of followers per day on LinkedIn. And as you can see on this page, before the end of the year, I have doubled my audience, which is pretty cool, right? So again, impressions, leads, calls booked. I'm not sharing you the dashboard from the financials because most of our clients, they do a bank wire to join our programs. We don't use Stripe anymore, so we have the bank wires as well. But like I said, guys, this is a very reproducible system. So don't get stuck in this loophole of like, going viral on LinkedIn is luck. If you follow a proven system, you can do it over and over and over again. Like I said, in the last, I think 32 days or so, 55% of my posts have gone viral. Some have gone absolutely bonkers. So again, guys, if you need any help with this strategy, check out the resources in the description, and hopefully that has been helpful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section, and then I will see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.